fine, I think. Okay. So, yesterday we have seen about we start with the yesterday. Okay. The day two class. Okay. We are starting with, we have seen as a ETL. What is ETL, right? ETL means extract, transform, and load. Okay, so what is the extract and what is the transformation and what is the load? We have seen yesterday. Like we will have an application. So for any business, it will have some applications. Okay, from application we will load the data into the some databases, right? Generally, it will happen, right? From application to data will be loaded into the database, and from this database, data will be the ETL process will be started. What with the data available here, that will be loaded into the staging area, and from staging area to we will load the data into the target. Target will it is nothing but a data warehouse. Okay, so generally people will ask like why this staging area? Why don't we directly load the data from the database to data warehouse? Okay, so as I said like yesterday, so the transaction will be happen minute by minute sometimes, right? So it's like the transaction will keep on hitting in this database. Okay, and at the same time if we are trying to fetch the data from here for the data warehouse, so it will be the huge performance issue on the database, and sometimes the database may be crash. Okay, that is with that the problem. So what we are doing, so data will be keep on load here. Okay, data will be keep on load here, and the loading process to the from the staging area will be like every day at the midnight, like 12 o'clock. They will schedule some jobs on the a particular day time period. Okay, on that time, the entire data will be pushed from here to staging area so that you can do whatever the modification, whatever the transformation that you want to use, that will be done on the staging area to data warehouse. So if you want to do any transformations on this database, right? So you have to connect with the database multiple times. So in that case, so you will be have a problem. So whatever we doing, right, we will connect once to the database and data will be loaded down to the staging area. And from once data is loaded to the staging area, we will have a keep on connection to perform a whatever the transformations we want to do on the staging area. Okay, so that is why. So we are not going to touch the original data, and we are going to dump a data like there is such a duplicate data. We can say you will have some not a major transformation we'll have between the database and staging area. So we will have only very less transformation logics will be used between the database to staging area. Okay, so once data is loaded into the data warehouse, so from data warehouse we will use the BI reporting tool that is known as a Cognos or something like this is going to be generate the reports. Okay, we will have a multiple reports, whatever user-friendly reports. Okay, so by looking at the report only, they will get to know like, okay, this report is for the statement, this is report is for a mini statement, or this is report is for some notification. Say this is report for the home loan application, something like that. By looking at the report only, you can see instead of looking at the database level, you will see that we will get the reports. So that is user-friendly reports. So as I said yesterday, so there will be one model or presentation layer between the reporting and the data warehouse, right? So this is built based on the in the Cognos level itself. And a Cognos only we will build this presentation layer or the model. From that presentation layer, the Cognos will get data uh, to generate the reports. Okay, that is the technique we used in the Cognos to develop a stage presentation layer, and also how the presentation layer will be imported. Like first we have to create a model in a Cognos, then after that we have to create a presentation layer. Then after that we will get the data into the Cognos through the sorry, we get the reports in a we will get the data in a reports through the Cognos. So this is the overall thing we have seen yesterday. Okay. So, and also as I said, like as part of the ETL, so this is the thing. Okay. This is the thing we perform in the ETL operation, whatever the ETL operation, right? So the ETL is nothing but like we are loading the data from database to data warehouse only. Okay. Coming to the BA reporting, business intelligence. So this part, okay, from the package creation to generating the report, that is known as a BA reporting part. And also coming to the data warehouse, sorry, database testing or something like that. This is application to the database. Okay. Also in some projects, right? So some projects it will design for the if you are going to work as a ETL tester, you have to work on entire process. They will give you, yeah, I will write it, no issues. Okay. And yeah, fine. So this is the first, this is the process, like, so this is the process. We will have an application in a, what is that, in a with regular applications, right? So whatever the application, suppose if it's a banking application, okay. So banking application will do whatever the transactions will be done in a banking application, right? That applications, the transaction will be going to load into the said database. Okay. So, and also from database, we are responsible to load the data to the, we have to perform some ETL jobs. Okay. We have to perform some ETL jobs from database to, we will load the data into the staging area. Staging area always known as a STG. Okay. In any project, if you see, so this staging area will be known as a STG. Okay. In a project also, if you see any STG tables, the tables will be like this. Okay. Staging account, staging account, or staging policy. Like this, the policy names will be like this. Okay. The policy names will be denoted like this. Okay. And so the prefix will be only stage, staging. So by looking at this staging, right? But by looking at this table, you can say like, okay, these are the staging tables. Okay. So from banking application to data will be loaded to database, and then we perform some ETL jobs. Okay. Then data will be loaded into the staging area. Then after that, again we run some ETL jobs. Okay. Again we run some ETL jobs. From ETL jobs to we load the data into the data warehouse. Okay. Also, our responsibility is to from data warehouse to we have to generate the reports. Okay. Generate the reports. Then we have to validate these reports. So in some projects, we have to work with entire this process. Okay. From application, in application level also in some project, they allow us to create some data. Otherwise, some manual testers, okay. Creates Manual testers will be create data. Manual testers create data of the person. They will create a account and they will assign some policies to account like this. Okay. So this data will be given us to in a Excel sheet or something like that. That is also they will do. Otherwise, they will create some data and they will. So we are responsible to fetch the data from application to the database. Then once data is loaded in this database, right? So these database tables are known as a ODS tables. Okay. Sometimes it is like a ODS tables. If it is Oracle, okay, it is called as ODS tables. Okay. So ODS to staging, and staging to data warehouse. Okay. Fine. Sorry. So this entire process we have to work on. In some projects, we have to work on only this part from banking to in database testing, right? The database testing. Database testing, we have to work on like only from application, entering application data. Okay. Data into application to database. Okay, so we will enter some data in the application. So first load, like in this list, we will have only two loads. Okay, two loads. One is that, so database testing is nothing but, so whatever the data you enter in the application level, that should load into the database, right? So in that case, what we'll do, like we will load the data from, we will enter the data into the application and that is loading into the different tables. Suppose some account information, okay? Some account information, that table has to be, the data should be loaded into the account only. And we have a policy information. That table has only policy information. Like this, we have to ensure that whatever the details entered into the application level, that is entering into the database tables or not. That is known as a database testing. And in mainly in database testing, we will going to learn in the SQL part, like there is a primary key, and foreign key things. Okay, foreign key, and also we will know other keys also constraints. These are known as a constraints. Okay, constraint validation we will do, and the columns, all the columns, right? So for account, whatever the columns required in the table, so those columns will validate. These things will happen. Okay, this is one project. Like one project, we will have a responsibility to validate these things. Okay, in some cases. In some cases, from here to till the data warehouse only. We will work on the database to till data warehouse only we will work on. Okay. So in some project from data warehouse to we work to as a reporting violation. Okay. So this type of different three things we will do. So in some as a once you join as a ETL tester, you might have get a chance to work with the entire project, or some cases you will get these things, and some cases you will get the till data warehouse, or in some cases you will get in this part to work. Okay. So whatever you will get, whatever you will get a chance to work if you done with this course. Okay, that is fine. So now we will see what is the OLTP, OLTP and OLAP. So OLTP, what is OLTP means? It is online transactional processing. Okay, online transactional processing. What is OLAP then? Online analytical processing. So what is this two things, and what is the difference between these two things? We will see now. Okay. Suppose if you assume there is one business, whether whatever the business it is, like whether it is insurance, whether it is a banking, whether it is like some health insurance or whatever the business. Okay. Suppose this is a business. Okay. We will have business. Okay. So for this business, we will have a different branches, right? We will have various branches for this business. So these are the branches, you can say. Okay. And this is branch one, branch two. So branch one, branch two, and branch three. Okay. These are the branch one and branch two. So for every branch, we will use a web page, right? We will use a web page, right? There will be one application to the any business, right? In insurance also, you have to enter some data in a web page or something like that, right? This is known as a web page one. Web page one, and this is web page two, and this is also some web page three. Okay. So what the business, this business will have different branches, and these branches, in each branch, they are using one application or a web page. Okay. From application, whatever the data they enter, right? So that will be loaded to the different databases. Okay, suppose this is for related to employee, this is related to sales, and this is related to some product. Okay, so these are, we will have a different type of databases. This is also DB, and this is also one type of DB, and this is also database. Okay. Once data is loaded here, the entire data will be loaded into the data warehouse. Okay. This is known as a data warehouse, DWH. Okay. So like this, so whatever the regular transactions, okay, whatever the daily transactions. So every day, but 24 by 7, if there is any transaction happen in the web pages, okay, in these web pages, so this data will be loaded into the databases. This databases is known as a OLTP. This is known as a OLTP, online transactional processing. This is mainly designed for the day-to-day transaction, day-to-day transactions. Every day, whatever the transactions, every minute, whatever the transactions will be happen, that will be loaded into the these databases. Okay. So once data is loaded overnight, one job will be run here. Overnight, one job will be run here. Okay. That is known as ETL job. Okay. One job will be run in overnight. So the entire data will be pushed into the data warehouse. Okay. This is known as a OLTP, online analytical processing. OLAP. This is online analytical processing. So whatever the data loaded into the data warehouse, that is coming from where? OLTP. So that means whatever the source was, data warehouse, what is the source for saying that? The OLTP is the source of the data warehouse, right? Clear? So now we'll say like OLTP is for designed for day-to-day transaction. Okay. And also OLTP, right? So we will enter the data. We will enter the data. There will be users. That will be there will be operations. Whatever the operations will be performed in a OLTP. Like one thing, if your new user is come, right? So we will enter the entire data of that user. That is known as a inserting data, right? Inserting the data. So we'll perform a inserting data insert operation in a OLTP. If this user do some application, do some update, so he has seen some mobile number, or he has seen some other plans, other so he has seen a premium value. Okay, he want to pay the premium. If he has some loan item, right? So he want to pre-close that data, or he want to pre-close because some of the EMIs, right? Multiple two to three EMIs at a time he want to pay. So that type of updation will become for the same customer, right? So that is known as a updating data. That is we will enter into the application level only, right? So that is updating data. And same time, after the pre-close, right? Pre-close, sometimes the customer can be close the account, close the account. The account will be entirely deleted, right? So we will have a delete operation as well. Okay. So in day-to-day transactions, okay, whatever the operations it is performed, those are in the OLTP is insert, update, and delete operations. Okay, so these are the mainly operations which performs in the OLTP. Okay, to improve the performance of, so selecting the data is very rare case in OLTP, because if you see in a diagram, we are selecting only at overnight one, they will give some time period. Okay, in this time period you might have get some message, right? This application is in a downtime and from this area to this area, like sometimes you might get two to three or 3 to 4, you will get some downtime, right? So that is the downtime is nothing but whatever the data is in the database, that is going to be loaded into the database. In that case, customer cannot use the operations to perform like insert, update, delete operations. Okay, because otherwise the database will crash with a number of hittings on the database, right? So that is the problem. So that is why there will be downtime to load the data from database to data warehouse. That is why selecting a data from data warehouse is a very rare case. Like only if you take if you are loading for the monthly data, that selecting data will be only monthly. Okay, and if it is a weekly, also we will do weekly. Okay, day wise, if it is daily data to be loaded, so daily every day there will be one time period like it's around like night 1 a.m. to 2 a.m. That is the time period. So in that case, in that time period, we will select the data from OLTP to data warehouse. So selecting operation is a very rare in the OLTP. We are reading the data in OLTP is a very rare case. Okay. But main thing to acquire a day-to-day transaction, the operations are which is going to be performed regularly. That is insert, update, delete operations. Okay. That is why to improve the performance of this insert, update, delete operations, this OLTP is normalized. You might have heard about normalization, right? So in your BTECs or MCS, wherever you are working on, you might have heard about the normalization in the database concepts. Okay. So as of now, just remember what is normalized. Normalization is just like it is always no to it is always to improve the performance of these operations. If any database is a normalized database, that is known as a it is generally it is improve the performance inside update delete. Normalization is nothing but it is removes the duplication of the data. Okay, so how it is removes the duplication data, we will see in a separate class. Like we will have some normalization techniques and whatever the normalization things we will follow, and what are the types of normalization we will see. And we'll get to clear picture on the normalized. But as of now, just remember OLTP is a normalized database. Okay, this is regarding the OLTP. So why it is normalized means it is to improve the performance of insert, update, delete operations. Okay, normalization will improve the performance of insert, update, and delete operations. Okay, and coming to the OLAP, it is just for online analytical processing. That means the name itself saying like we can analyze something, right? For this for analysis process, we have to analyze on the particular data which is available in the OLAP. Okay, so analyze the data. What we have to do, we have to perform an operation that is called select, right? Selecting a data, right? We select some data from OLAP and we do some analysis, right? And we will do the planning of business. Okay, and we'll do some future estimations. Okay, future estimations. Now also we'll perform some. So future estimation is nothing but what. So suppose you might have known like now currently there is a budget plannings are going for the 2024. Okay, based on this data only they are doing. Okay, so maybe like after January there will be huge opportunities as per the budget plannings in this year. So till December they will do the budget plannings. Okay, based on this data in OLEP data, and they will go and check like whether we have a like the future estimations and future decisions. Future decisions are nothing but what hiring a people, okay, or reducing the people, or how can we improve our profit or something like that. Okay, those things will be done based on the OLAP itself. Okay, so OLAP is denormalized. Okay, denormalized. OLAP is denormalized. That means, so insert, update, delete things, these operations will not perform regularly on OLAP. Once a weekly, as I said, like weekly, monthly, yearly, right? So once a time it will load the data, that is insert, update, delete operations will be performed at a time. Then after that, once data is loaded into the OIL API, only one operation will be regularly performed on OIL API, that is select. So if the database or data warehouse is a normalized, denormalized, this operation, this select operation performance will be very high. That is why OIL API is designed for the denormalization. Okay, just remember, if anyone asks you like what is OLTP and OLEP, ALTP is for the day-to-day transactions. It is designed for the day-to-day transactions, and OL this is to perform a insert, update, delete operations, and also to improve the insert, update, delete operations. We'll go for the this OLTP is a normalized database. So normalization is nothing but removes the duplication. Okay, and also coming to the OLAP, so it is a completely analysis purpose. So generally we do perform a select operations. Okay, and to improve the select operations, this is denormalized, and based on the OLAP, so OLAP data, the business will be plan their business and they will do some future decisions and future estimations. Okay, clear. Regarding the notes, I will provide you once the class is done, once the OL database topics are done. So I will give you the complete information. I will provide you the notes so that you can have a clear thing in the theoretical part. Okay, you can follow that notes. Okay, so that is what OLTP and OLAP. Okay, coming to the OLAP, or now onwards, OLAP is nothing but what? It's a data warehouse. Okay, and OLTP is nothing but it's a database. Okay, so now we'll see like what is data warehouse. What we have seen just now, like we have seen like data warehouse is nothing but OLAP, and we have for the analytics. In data warehouse, again we will have a data marts. Okay, so what is data mart? Okay, data mart is for specific to business areas. Okay, specific to a particular business areas. So what is the business areas? What is mean by business area? Okay, something like that. If in an insurance company, if we take an insurance company, so they will have like sales and also employee details. Okay, and in a sales, they will also have some premiums like health insurance. Okay, and also they will have like other insurance, car insurance, and surety insurance. Surety is nothing but like if there is a business is there, so they will have some insurances for the business. If there is any loss in the business, the surety insurance will be cover whatever the loss in the business. So these type of different business areas will have every business, right? So suppose as I'm taking here, employee is the one business area, and also sales is the one business area for a particular business. Okay, so if I want to do the analysis on employee only, I don't require the sales. Okay, so we can build the one data mart. This is known as a data mart. Okay, only data mart. So with the whatever the less amount of data with for the specific to the only one business area, that is known as a data mart. With this data mart also, we will analyze we will do the analysis of that I will do the analysis of that particular business. Okay, so employees analysis is nothing but how many employees are hired this year and what are the payments we are doing for these employees and what is the budget from the budget, what is the cost is going for the payments and how the recognitions will be happen for these employees, and for the recognition what is the budget should be taken, right? So these are all things should be analyzed. So, and this is only for the employees business data. Okay, that is known as a data mart. Data mart is nothing but it's a we will build a data warehouse that is specific to the business area, that is known as a data marts. Okay, coming to the data marts, there is a two types of data marts. Types of data mart. Okay, one is dependent data mart and other is independent data mart. Okay, dependent data mart and independent data. What is dependent data mart and what is independent data mart? We'll see. As I said, like we will have a source database, okay, and source database to we will have a staging area, okay, and from staging area to we will load the data into the data warehouse, okay. From this data warehouse, okay, data will from this data warehouse we will load the data in database. In the data warehouse, we will have all the business areas data generally. Okay, any data warehouse we take, we will have all the business areas data. Okay, from the database, wherever we are loading the data into some type of data marts. Okay, suppose if you take this is a employee data mart. If you take this is a sales data mart, and this is the product data mart. Which product, like whether it is a surety insurance, whether it is a life insurance, whether it is a health insurance, right? That is the products. In insurance also, those are denoted as a products only. Okay, data mart. Okay, from here, from data warehouse, we load the data into the different data marts. Okay, once data warehouse is created, okay, by the ETL process, once data warehouse is created, the data load process will be into the different data marts. Okay, so that this entire data marts should wait until the data is loaded into the data warehouse. Okay, if this data mart should get the data, this data mart should create. So in this case, this data mart has to be wait until the data is loaded into the data warehouse or data warehouse to be created. So that is why this data mart is known as a dependent data mart. So dependent data mart. Dependent data mart is nothing but what? Where the data mart creation is waits until the entire data warehouse, until the data warehouse creation is complete. Okay, so this data mart creation is waits until the data warehouse creation is complete. So once the data warehouse is completed, right, then only this data mart is able to create. But in some cases, okay, so where this data marts, okay, so these data marts create first. From here, we will create a data marts source to staging, and from staging to different data marts. Okay. Once this data mart is created, right? After this data marts of different data marts, the data warehouse will be created. Entire data will be stored at a time. So these data marts known as a independent data marts. It is not depending on the data warehouse to be created. Okay. So from staging to direct, we are creating the data marts, and from data marts, we are clubbing the data from the data marts to the data warehouse. That is known as a independent data mart. What is independent data mart? So first data marts are created, then combining the data from data mart to data village, okay, data warehouse. These are the two different types of data marts. What is dependent data mart and independent data mart? Okay, so dependent data mart is nothing but like it is always depends on the data warehouse to be created. Okay, so how the data, what is the, so how the data is loaded into the data warehouse once it is completely analyzed. So after that, the analysis and testing or whatever it is done on the data warehouse, it is going to be created data marts. So that is completely depend on the data warehouse to be created. Where it comes to the independent data mart, it is once data marts are created and splitting the employees data into the some separate data marts and sales data into the separate data mart and also product data into the separate data mart. Then after that, if required, okay, if required, sometimes like some companies don't prefer for this data warehouse sometimes. It is unnecessary data side. If you are already doing the data marts they are doing some analysis, right? So they will not create a data warehouse separately. They will combine these two data. They will use these two data to analyze analyze purpose, right? Directly they will go like this. Directly from here, they will go some presentation layer from two data marts. Okay, from here they will use the Cognos tool. From here they will generate the reports. So why they need to create a data warehouse, right? This presentation layer will be model will be created in the Cognos, and from here Cognos will get, and here they'll create a report. So here creating a data warehouse, it's not required, right? So that is how, so independent data warehouses will be very useful. But thing is that segregating the data here from staging for different business areas, right? For different business areas, it is a it's a challenging thing. Okay, because they can't analyze from the complete data. Analyzing for employees only, and it is loading here is the very difficult process. Okay, once they load it with all the transformation for employees and sales and product in the data warehouse, from there picking the data for the different data marts is a very easiest thing. Okay, of course it's a cost. Coming to the cost and the maintenance thing, it will be a huge thing, but the results will be very accurate once the data warehouse created in part in terms of dependent data marts. Okay. And here we have to use a very lot of logics to get the different data marts. Clear till now? Any doubts? If you have any doubts, let me know. Okay, I will take it as no. So then, see, once these data marts are done, right? So in data warehouse, as I said, there is a two types of tables. One is, so in entire data warehouse, we'll deal with the two types of tables only. Okay, fine. In entire data warehouse, we will deal with the two types of data warehouse. Sorry, data tables. Okay, one is fact table, one is dimension tables. Okay, what is fact and what is dimension is nothing but fact is nothing but it stores the fact data and measures data. What are the facts is nothing but, so we will have a clear picture in the next classes. But thing is that just remember fact tables are stores the facts data, facts and measures. What are the measures means? What are measures? Measures is nothing but like it's a amount, like premium amount, return amount. Okay, if you have an insurance, right? So yes, it's a calculation part. Calculation part. Yes, that is also we can say because so we will calculate the premium amounts, return amounts. Okay, return premium amounts. What is return premium? What is HN premium? Those things you have to learn in a domain perspective. If you are working with the insurance domain, you have to learn those things. What is insured and what is insurance and what is return premium, what is end premium, what is estimated premium. So these things you have to learn. So mainly in a fact table, these things will be loaded into the fact tables. Okay. And coming to the dimension tables, right? It will have a descriptive data. Okay. What is mean by descriptive data? Suppose if there is an account, okay, if we have an account table, and this account table will have a data, we have an account table. Okay. In account table, generally we have a account number, right? This is one thing. Okay. So after account number, what is the name? Like accountant name should be there, right? And also accountant address, and also we'll have a phone number. Like this, the data which is available in the other columns, right? This is describing the entire customer information, right? So account, if you are giving one account number, like this is a 101 is the account number. If you're writing a name as a Narendra, okay, and this is an address like Hyderabad, I'm saying, okay, and also some phone number. Okay, this is the phone number. So this whatever the data is available in this the other columns, right? For this particular ID or particular account number, these are describing the complete information of this particular account. That is called as a descriptive data. Okay, so dimensions table generally will have the descriptive data, and also the fact table is known as a which contains the facts and measures. Okay, so this is dimension tables and fact tables. Okay, based on this, while developing data warehouse, right? While developing a data warehouse, we will follow two schemas. Sorry, there is a three schemas available in a data warehouse. One is star schema, and two is snowflake schema, and three is galaxy schema. Okay, what are these? We will see later. But these are the three schemas we will follow to build a data warehouse based on these fact and dimension tables. Okay, in data warehouse, these fact tables will be prefixed with the fact. Okay, fact employee premium table. Example, employee premium table or fact customer premium table. In a real-time application or a project, if you are seeing like a with the name of fact, right? Those are the facts. So in that facts, only you will have some IDs or facts. Okay. And also measures, as I said, just like the premiums will be available, amount will be available there. Okay. That is fact tables. And in dimension tables, right, you will see with the prefix of dim. Okay. Dim account or dim customer or dim policy. Okay, with these names, okay, the names will be for the dimension table will be start like this. Okay, so wherever you see like with a dim customer, dim fact table, sorry, dim policy like this, you should see there is some one ID, and also you will see the descriptive data of that account or policy or a customer in that table. So just remember in a data warehouse, in entire data warehouse, okay, we will have a two types of tables only. Those two types of tables are fact and dimensions. Okay. And also in data warehouse, we have a surrogate key. Okay. So what is surrogate key? We will see later. But based on this key only, we will work. The data will be identified in the data warehouse. Okay, so we can identify the data like how the unique identification will be done by using the surrogate key. Generally, you might have heard about the primary key, right? primary key, foreign key in a databases, right? So those keys will be in a data warehouse to be identify a unique values, right? So same thing, this surrogate key is the special thing which is added into the data warehouse, okay, to identify a separate record or particular record of any employer policy or any like sales information or something like that. Okay, so based on these concepts, we are going to look into the data warehouse data. Okay, so we will see tomorrow about the what are the fact tables, and there will be different type of fact tables will be available, and we will have a different type of facts. Okay, different type of facts. Based on these facts, we'll have a fact table, different type of fact tables. Okay, so those things we will see tomorrow. For this today's